Welcome to A Soldier's Note channel. Before continuing to watch this video, don't forget to press the subscribe button, activate notifications, like, and share with your friends. Thank you.
U.S. secretly tests world's first 6th-gen fighter jet that is hypersonic and untraceable. After already setting a benchmark in defense innovation with the advanced F-35 stealth fighter jets, the United States has reportedly developed and tested its mysterious new 6th-generation fighter jet. According to circulating media reports, the U.S. Air Force secretly built and flew a prototype of the next-generation fighter jet, which has been designed and developed as part of the Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) program. Dr. Will Roper, Assistant Secretary of the Air Force for Acquisition, Technology, and Logistics, confirmed the reports while addressing reporters on the second day of the Air Force Association's virtual Air, Space and Cyber Conference on Sunday, September 15. "We've already built and flown a full-scale flight demonstrator in the real world, and we broke records in doing it. We are ready to go and build the next-generation aircraft in a way that has never happened before," Roper added. Rover refused to provide any further information about the secret fighter or the contractors involved in the development of the plane. However, he did reveal that the aim was to develop the most complicated systems, which would go in sync with the digital technology of the aircraft. "We're going after the most complicated systems that have ever been built, and checked all the boxes with this digital technology. In fact, we've not just checked the boxes, we've demonstrated something that's truly magical," said Roper. According to the budget documents of the U.S. Air Force, the NGAD program was brought into place in order to design and develop advanced fighter jets that boasted of enhanced survivability, lethality, and persistence across a range of military operations, while delivering air superiority for the joint force in the most challenging of environments. NGAD right now is designing, assembling, testing in the digital world, exploring things that would have cost time and money to wait for physical world results, added Roper. Earlier, U.S. President Donald Trump, while addressing the officials and cadets at the 2020 United States Military Academy at West Point graduation ceremony, had spoken on the U.S. continued investment and committed efforts in defense innovation. "To ensure you have the very best equipment and technology available, my administration has embarked on a colossal rebuilding of the American Armed Forces, a record like no other. After years of devastating budget cuts and a military that was totally depleted from these endless wars, we have invested over $2 trillion, that's with a T, dollars in the most powerful fighting force, by far, on the planet Earth. We are building new ships, bombers, jet fighters, and helicopters by the hundreds, new tanks, military satellites, rockets, and missiles, even a hypersonic missile that goes 17 times faster than the fastest missile currently available in the world and can hit a target 1,000 miles away within 14 inches from the center point," said Trump. According to experts, a 6th-generation fighter jet will look to surpass the functionalities of the already existing fleets of 5th-generation aircraft across the globe. The fighters could be equipped with laser weapons and might derive their energy from the plane's engines or energy storage system onboard. The next-generation fighters would also be better suited to carry out combat operations while traveling longer distances, much beyond the capabilities of the current 5th-generation fighters. Moreover, the famous stealth technology currently on board the US F-35s would become a prerequisite for any 6th-generation aircraft, enabling them to become untraceable on the radar. The advanced jets could also work hand-in-hand with subsonic drones, providing a pilot with the freedom to send the unmanned vehicles into dangerous areas where a manned aircraft wouldn't ideally be able to travel. The next-generation fighters would also be better suited to carry out combat operations while traveling longer distances, much beyond the capabilities of the current 5th-generation fighters. Moreover, the famous stealth technology currently on board the USF 35s would become a prerequisite for any sixth-generation aircraft, enabling them to become untraceable on the radar. The advanced jets could also work hand-in-hand with subsonic drones, providing a pilot with the freedom to send the unmanned vehicles into dangerous areas where a manned aircraft wouldn't ideally be able to travel. Washington. The U.S. Air Force has secretly designed, built, and flown at least one prototype of its enigmatic next-generation fighter jet, the service's top acquisition official confirmed to Defense News on September 14. The development is certain to shock the defense community, which last saw the first flight of an experimental fighter during the battle for the Joint Strike Fighter contract 20 years ago. With the Air Force's future fighter program still in its infancy, the rollout and successful first flight of a demonstrator were not expected for years. "We've already built and flown a full-scale flight demonstrator in the real world, and we broke records in doing it," Will Roper told Defense News in an exclusive interview ahead of the Air Force Association's Air, Space, and Cyber Conference. "We are ready to go and build the next-generation aircraft in a way that has never happened before." Almost every detail about the aircraft itself will remain a mystery due to the classification of the Next-Generation Air Dominance Program, the Air Force's effort for fielding a family of connected air warfare systems that could include fighters, drones, and other networked platforms in space or the cyber realm. Roper declined to comment on how many prototype aircraft have been flown or which defense contractors manufactured them. He wouldn't say when or where the first flight occurred. And he refused to divulge any aspect of the aircraft's design, its mission, whether it was uncrewed or optionally crewed, whether it could fly at hypersonic speeds or if it has stealth characteristics. "Those attributes," he said, "are beside the point. The importance," Roper said, "is that just a year after the service completed an analysis of alternatives, the Air Force has proven it can use cutting-edge advanced manufacturing techniques to build and test a virtual version of its next fighter, and then move to constructing a full-scale prototype and flying it with mission systems on board. This is not just something that you can apply to things that are simple systems, like Boeing's T-7 Red Hawk trainer jet, the first Air Force aircraft to be built using the Holy Trinity of digital engineering, agile software development, and open architecture," Roper said.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments. See you in the next video.